Hi, I'm Katie Sky. Welcome to my channel and welcome to Pinecone. This is the build that we did last week, the little koi pond. More like a koi river, but we did this, and today we're going to be doing this little area over here, which is going to be Abel's sister. So let's go ahead and put down the plot. And we're gonna go ahead and move the tailors in. Oh, it's perfect. It's a very tiny area, but it'll be very cute. So now we've gone ahead and moved them in, and we're just gonna do a little bit of a cleanup in this area because there's a few weeds and a duplicated flower. Now this is the bridge that we did in the entrance. And then over here to the right, it's the koi river pond area. So we're just gonna complete the path. I know there's so much pathing. I keep forcing you to watch all of the boring pathing, but pathing makes the island so much cuter. And I'm still not the best at getting things to go where I want, so it is what it is, but everything comes out cute and it all fit in perfectly in this area, so I'm really happy about it. And after this video, we'll be moving into the upper part of the island, so we'll be officially, I think, halfway. Maybe even a little bit more than halfway, so it's very exciting. And I'm trying to decide right now what day that I want to set the DA on. I'm leaning towards a little bit later in November so that I can have the red trees. But let me know what you think. When do you think would be the best to set the DA? So I struggled a little bit with the pathing leading from the koi area to the front of Abel's. I thought I was gonna do the plank pathing, and then I decided I really did not like how that looked. So as you can see, I took it all out, and I'm gonna do the little like not square. I'm gonna do the little circle dirt so that it kind of leads you, but it's not really chunky and it's not too skinny like the planks were. So I don't normally do these type of like circle dirt paths, but I've been using them a lot on this island, and it just seems to be working with the weird spaces that I've been creating on accident because I'm not paying attention when I'm putting trees in or doing the terraforming, which is my bad. But we're just gonna go ahead and put the little flower back. I do really like that little yellow rose right there. And now we're gonna work on in front of the window. I don't always like to have that open because you never know what's gonna be in the window. And we're just putting some, what's the word? Blanket custom codes down so that it's not as plain. And we're just gonna throw in a little covered counter because I think they're really cute. And then we're gonna put, I didn't really put a lot in there, I just put the little tablet like they're taking orders. Like maybe they do custom clothes and that's where you kind of line up and do your order. That was kind of what I was thinking. And then I found this really cute custom code with a little thread. It's not really the right color, but I just loved it too much, so I had to throw it down there. And then I'm moving on to this other area, which I try a few different things. Most of them don't end up working, and then I find one that I really like. And by most of them, I think I mean I tried one thing and then I moved it over. Yeah, so I did one thing and then I decided to move it over next to the store the little sewing area where you can watch them make your custom codes. And then I wanted to put this cute little code. I tried putting it under the door, but it wasn't long enough, but I think it's so cute. And so I had to use it somehow. So I put the little sewing machine on it. And then of course we need a little stool so that they can sit down while they're sewing, because you gotta be comfortable because sewing can take a long time. And then we have the little clothesline going in to show like maybe they were steaming clothes that were done. I was gonna put a tree there, but then you wouldn't be able to get back there, so I changed my mind and I moved it over, I think, one. And then we're gonna do a little sitting area with a little rocking chair, and we have to have one for each of them so that they can relax after their long day of working, providing beautiful, sometimes questionable clothes to this island. And next we're going to put in some natural stuff because it's a Forestcore island. It needs some natural things. And now we're just going to pop down a little festival balloon. I have been really enjoying putting these up around the island. I just think that they're so fun. And of course we need to add a little wheat field because why not? And over here, I'm just trying to figure out where I want the trees because there's not a lot of space, but I definitely want at least one tree here. So I was trying to figure out what area would be best because I was going to put the loom over here, and the loom is a very large item. So I tried it in a couple different places, and then I liked it a lot more like next to the building, where you could, you know, actually see it instead of it being hidden by a tree. So I did it there. And let me know, do you think I should change that code to something a little bit more neutral? I don't know. I'm still trying to decide on that. I might go back and change that. We'll see. And now we're just gonna move to this little walkway area. I wanted to make this imperial like partition, I think that's what it is, work, and I tried it in a couple different areas on this island and I haven't liked any of them, but I think it's a cute item, but I just can't make it work for my tastes, I guess. So it doesn't last there very long, but we are going to put the spinning wheel out because I think I put that in for every Abel's build I've done. And again, it didn't work there, so I took it down and then I put the little tree in, and then we're gonna put in some flowers, some wheat field, and that area does end up changing because I end up putting a path along the back of the koi pond area. I'll show you that to you in another video though, because at this point I hadn't done it yet. So we're just gonna do a little low stool next to them and then put a cute little lantern on top of it, you know, to bring the spookiness, or not the spookiness, the fallness. And then I tried to put the partition there, and then I'm like, I don't like it there either. So I take it out from there as well. I just really could not make it work. And then we got to get the wheat fields in. And then I did a bush and a flower, as per usual. And then I realized I did 3 cosmos all in the same area. I'm like, that will not stand. I must change that because they can't be the same. And now we're just putting in some log stakes, although I'm now noticing that they line up with the log stakes across in the campground, so I might change that as well. It's probably fine. And then we're just gonna put in the last bit of the pathing, and then of course I kicked away the wrong part, and we're just gonna put some little codes down and finish this little area, including adding a little bit more of that like dropped thread, like the bobbins were dropped. And then we need some cute little, not leaves, pine cones, because pine cone. And we are almost done. Just gotta put the last little wheat fields in. And I do put a little log garden lounge in here. It doesn't stay there after, like in another couple videos I move it for pathing reasons. But again, I'll show you that in the future. And we just have this last tiny little area that I'm gonna put some bat friends down. And then I wanted to put a bush there, but it was too close to the bridge, so I put a bush there. Or I think about putting a bush there. I don't actually remember where the bush goes. So not there. And we need some little fallen leaves. And I'm gonna pop a little weed down. I've been really enjoying decorating with weeds on this island, so I just want to put a couple of those down and then the bush in. And we are done. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe so that you can keep following along in the pinecone journey. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!